When the shit will it go live?
Oh, yeah, this says stream is live. It's still saying it's a private video though.
Uh,
Um, I'm on your page right now. Nothing popped up. You might have to go to StreamYard and send it to YouTube.
okay.
You know when they ask you want to set it up, but who would that be at?
I wonder where that would be at, man. I just, man.
When you uh like when you first come in, this shit, it should ask you when you first set it when you first setting it up. It should ask you, do you want to send it where you want to send it to? You can send it to multiple places at once. Yeah, Facebook and all that. But your icon should be there, and you just click on it, and it'll send it to YouTube. It should say YouTube on it, whatever your icon. Or do you have this joined in the private? Maybe that's why I don't see it on YouTube. You ain't set your account to private, have you?
Right here.
I'm on the page. Still should be able to see it. What you see now?
I just put it to public now. Yeah, still don't see it. Like,
Um, because it does ask you can do it later. Uh, where would that be at? That nigga had 100 grand plus on it. There you go. Yeah, we back. Okay, there we go. Heart and finish. Salute. What's going on, Dorian? Coming to y'all with a special edition of Bulldog Court. Working out some of these technical difficulties. Oh, yeah. In the UFC fighting tonight, huh? We got a few cases coming up. You gonna hear some argument. See if we can get a verdict in.
Yeah. Can you hear me
Oh
over
yeah,
there?
there we go. There we go. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
All right. All right, finish. I'm gonna get these. I'm gonna get them. Play me my theme music. Hold up. Episode 9, we live.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this is another episode of Bulldog Court, episode 9. We live. We're doing something a little different today. I have some special guests, none other than non-stop. We waiting on J.Bo to make his grand entrance from Bulldog with Bo on Dog Man TV tonight. Trying to see can we get into these cases. And we're gonna see which way the top may roll.
Hold on. Hold on. Yeah.
I have to start off by saying that we are not the judge nor jury, for it's up to you, the Bulldog community, to decide which way the tide may roll.
Oh yeah.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on,
And
man.
we about to
Hey,
get
bro,
into
come on
these
now, dog.
cases.
Come on, man. Hey, bro, come on
Uh,
now, dog. Come on,
for my
man.
first case
Hey, bro, come on now,
is
dog. Come
what
on,
is
man. Hey, bro,
the
come on
best
now, dog.
Eli strain
Come
of all
on,
time?
man. Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come
I'm just
on,
You know you
saying.
got that
man.
on loop,
Hey,
huh?
This,
bro, come on now, dog.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Bo about to come in.
Okay.
Alright.
Um, about to get
So
into
you said what is
the
the
greatest
best Eli
Eli
strain?
strains. hmm Best Eli strain of all time. People would say, it would say some would say Midnight Cowboy, some would say Nigga Reno, some would say
Mm-hmm.
would speak heavily on the Grand Champion Herman, Maverick side of the game. Uh, People have their choices. They farther west on the western coast. You will find uh, the Whistle Stomper Blood. The Patrick Zachariah. You know, and that type of stuff. You will find those bloods out.
Oh yeah. Well, if I'm gonna say something, I guess it might be a little bit broader. It's gonna be the
Right.
Eli Jr.
Okay. Okay.
I would pick the Eli, the Eli Jr. Down from the art stuff, like you said, the Patrick Zachariah stuff. Dude, and then when bread and then with the bread, oh there you go, Bo.
How my music sounding? Is it too loud or is it?
I don't know. You listen to it on the phone real quick. Maybe just a tad bit lower.
Okay.
No, stop rubbing with the jail about now, huh?
Huh?
Say no, stop about being jail about now. All that litigation we take you through.
See, I
I
should be
don't,
running
I
the
plead
tables
the
on it right
fifth.
now.
yeah, I don't know what's going on with the case, but I could with the bail money.
He said, "No, you going downtown." He know you going in the cave.
I was at a
He
family
said, "I'm
barbecue.
Marcus
going
B.
to
Marcus B wants to know what's on the court docket.
try to get the." Oh man, the court docket. Now we talking about the Eli strand. What's the best Eli strand? We are not the judge nor jury, but it's up to the Bulldog community to decide which way The tide may roll, and this is our first case we got on our table right now. In your opinion, what is the best Eli strand? And like I said, nonstop already made his statement that
And what was this
he
so
will
with us
say
week?
Oh, mine
uh,
mine was Eli Jr.
nonstop. You want
Eli Jr. I'm stupid with who I
Yeah,
always said it is.
I know you gonna say the brother. You gonna say Bullis.
Yeah, Bullison. Bullison even produced Bobby Hall.
to?
You got a you got
that's
a dog that
that's
paid. Yeah, you got a dog that paid the whole weight. That's a multi-billionaire business. Bullison. Midnight Cowboy
man. Yeah,
or whatever.
that's my
Skull.
choice.
Yeah,
Midnight Cowboy.
Maverick. Uh, Touch with the Cardina stuff. They got bullets in the bottom of that stuff. I'm gonna
Eli
say
Jr.
bullets and hands down.
Eli Jr. got
Right.
double bred
Rascal
rascal,
Jr.
double bred rascal, Stompanato, Art,
Pistol.
who threw well Jap's a double bred Art dog or with 11-time winner, Tennessee dog pound, Carver's Black Shine, Carver's Orphan Nanny,
Cut
all
it
in the
out,
back of
man.
all these
We
great
we
dogs.
talking about Honey Bunch, man.
Yeah, you can put Honey Bunch, but hey,
We talking about
they
Honey
got a
Bunch,
few Honey
man.
Bunch. Eli 3.
Well, they got a few baby daddies all over the world. Mama's baby's daddy's baby.
Niggerino.
Oh man.
We even got a Spanish. Even got a Spanish bullet. You got those Spanish Eli Jr.
That's right.
That's what all the Eli Jr. stuff is down there.
That's right.
You know, you might as well say
You know,
Stallone
people,
or somebody
people,
there.
those
You gonna say
people,
Eli Jr.
Grand champion doggy.
He looking on his computer for a dog archive.
oh, okay.
Grand champion doggy and grand champion Mike. That's the one. That's Jap's daddy. That's what I remember Mike. That's an Art dog. Heavy Eli Jr.
Right.
Damn, you inbred bullets and they turn white.
Or that no white a bad thing now?
I was just saying.
Oh, okay, white a bad thing now all of a sudden.
I was just saying. Would you own a white dog?
I ain't on trial.
We about to take the stand. You're gonna be on the stand, like you're saying you're gonna be on the stand in a minute.
Saturday night I was home with my family all night. I got off work
and
at
I'm
12.
I'm noticing too that it was a name that escaped us when we were talking about Eli Strands, and I'm very surprised, and that is Rascal. You know, you talked about Eli Jr., but nobody brought up Rascal, and I'm pulling up both
I
of y'all
did.
paperwork, and oh, you brought him up. Okay, I'm finna pull out y'all paperwork or y'all registration papers and seeing that y'all had both a lot of Rascal in y'all blood for the night. Call it out. So
Yeah, he skipped over Rascal and went to his son.
Oh yeah.
And they came off of Orphan Annie. Orphan Annie and Black Shine, they both off of Eli Jr. He double bred Eli Jr.
And the best of Eli got Bulletin in his pedigree. Go research it. The best Eli dogs in the world got Bulletin on top and Eli on the bottom, or vice versa.
So what's the best Eli dog?
I'm gonna
say Grand Champion Art.
What Art bottom side was?
Eli Jr. No, I don't know. We'll see what Art bottom side was.
Java. Clayton Java was the bottom side of it. I believe.
Java.
A Carver
Eli
Pistol,
Jr. and Java.
Teron Rascal, and Ed Crenshaw stuff. Crenshaw's Reno.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a 50-50 battle. I'm going for the inbred style.
Now, a lot of them. what my boots say sound effect for that? I need somebody to stand.
Well, they said they bred a half staff. To get it to Eli Mama, wasn't it?
And Bulletin was bred, yeah. A fighting staff.
So you talking about it? So you inbreeding staff, and you gonna tell me that's the best of it?
That's inbreeding Bulletin is the same thing. But why when you inbreed the Eli Jr. stuff you don't get white dogs? You get white dogs when you inbreed off his brother stuff, Bulletin.
Come on, man.
You think Bulletin was really bred that way?
There's something on the bottom side.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
You know, I'm in different pedigrees we seen on that stuff.
On what?
The Eli stuff.
Oh, thousands.
Okay, that's how you getting white.
Huh?
I said at one time Maurice Carver was selling ironhead puppies and they were Bulletin puppies. And then go down behind the refrigerator and get you some paper.
Yeah, that's what you can put an asterisk by that.
Then go behind the ice box.
Somebody gonna be the commenting. Somebody gonna be the comment and say, "Well, we gonna with an asterisk, we gonna throw J.Bo in there." Cause some folks think, some folks think he who the pappy on him. Is he really off of that Lonzo stuff like they say he is? You know what I'm saying? People got, rumors about him swirling around. That Eli is really his side.
Look at all that stuff. Looking the same. They don't really look like them Eli dogs.
You heard I just amen that lie with yeah, didn't
you? Yeah.
I'm still say Bulletin. Bulletin got so many 5, 6 strains coming from him. The way his blood's still relevant today. Ain't nobody running no Java.
They Niggerino.
Man.
It sounds like you need to say Niggerino and stop saying Art then.
Huh?
It sounds you need to call Niggerino name and stop saying Art.
Somebody object. We got an objection in the room right now. Somebody objecting to the claim of Art. They want to go down further in the lineage to Niggerino. Let the record show. Okay, continue. Okay.
I would like to know where he was on Friday night. So actually he got his service confused. That ain't what he said the last time. Didn't he say Art?
He said Art.
Eli Jr.
Okay, well,
he said Eli Jr. He went further.
Oh no, I just went further. I'm showing
Yeah,
where the
that's so
blood is
that's
at.
three answers. That's three answers he done gave, Your Honor.
You got to give up one non-stop. You're gonna be struck
Oh
from the
no,
statement. You're gonna be struck.
Eli Junior.
Okay, well
Eli
then
Junior. That covers that
sustain,
covers art and all that.
sustain. We're gonna proceed on. We're gonna
Now, how many
proceed
bullets and
on.
offsprings registered married?
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I don't have the paperwork on my desk at this time. Not given enough time to know the case. Saying that I'm going off top of the head.
You think if Eli Junior wasn't stolen, he'd still have way more offsprings out there?
Well, they say Eli Jr. might have been J.Bo. You heard of them stories before?
Yeah, but they don't look alike.
Yeah.
They built completely different. They kind of like long legs, kind of almost frail.
You know how
Eli
many
Junior,
people paid?
a dog.
You know how many people paid child support for 20 years before the children started looking like somebody else?
Hey, them little J.Bo dogs, they all look the same.
Pressure.
They said they ain't supposed to be
Eric
bred that
Watson.
way. I still believe that. I don't think him and Vindicators were litter mates. I don't know where that one came from.
I kinda
Yeah, what they
don't
said,
hold that one. That
J.Bo never threw a red-nosed dog. And all the dogs off Vindicator were coming red-nosed off red-nosed runner.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's
that was
right.
kind of head scratching.
Right.
You gone 3, 4. How many bullets and children was all on him? Maybe we have to look at that.
We're gonna hold this case then. We're gonna convene on the research
Yeah.
of the Bulletin Register of
Uh-huh.
Merit.
I thought
Let me
you was
go
on my
get
side.
my gap. See, I'm not the
I think
judge
this
nor jury. See,
I think this
see,
fits.
see, we finna put the
He got
gavel in your hand on this next case, cause you got to bring forth your paperwork too. While you talking over there, Mr. J.Bo, we're gonna
he
have you
got
come
3
with
for
your
sure.
paperwork.
I know
He
3
got
for
three
Okay,
for
sure.
I brought
sure.
my lawyer. I brought my lawyer with me.
Yeah, I know for sure. I know for sure 3.
J.Bo said he is not going to the back today. He got his lawyer with him.
Yeah, I brought my lawyer with me.
Yeah, I need one. I mean, if a Kerr represents the best of the Eli line, then hey, so be it.
A Kerr represents the best of every line. Look at boat action. Look at Mr. Rogers. Look at what's the other one? Mr. Rogers, boat action, and right hand man. They lead the
Mm-hmm.
ball stuff. All them quick. Look at
Yeah.
Bullets. Look at Eli. Look at Finley Boat. All Kerrs are represented by
Quick too.
Kerrs.
You said represented by Kerr.
Let the
Yeah,
record
all
show.
our great dogs are represented by Kerrs. Without Kerrs, we wouldn't be speaking of dogs today. The pit bull would have went right along with the dodo bird. If they were good as we speak of, they'd have been extinct. Because every time somebody looked at one of them, both of them would have died.
So if you were there back in the day, would you have kept Kerrs and bred them?
If I was back there in the days, you wouldn't even know they were pit bulls. I've been one of the greatest people that ever went to jail that you ever heard of. Or saying my name was John P. Colvin, that the breed wouldn't have made it this far. And then when they did, the ones that did, it was gonna be too good for to let the public get because it was almost a guarantee. If they was that good, every time I breed them, I was gonna get something. And if I'm doing something, what the hell I'm gonna let you get that for?
Uh huh. Yeah, that's the beginning stages.
That's
Everybody building.
Believe me, people had
I,
dogs for
I
sale,
ain't
but you
trying to say
wasn't getting only ones that you was gonna buy is the ones that I had for sale.
that's it. That's the
You know
only
what?
ones you're gonna get. The ones I got for sale.
No,
The
only
ones I'm
ones
gonna
you're gonna
keep. You
get.
ain't gonna never hear me talk about them.
You ain't gonna. I'm
That's
not
it.
gonna even show you though. Matter of fact, they ain't gonna be on the
no.
yard that day you come to see a dog.
Right.
Most people have a whole nother yard.
The only dog that you gonna get on a straight up and up, regardless of what it is from somebody that pedal dogs. Because somebody that pedal dogs, they need you to get that best dog so you could do all the hard work for
Get the
him.
name going. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only person really you gonna get an honest dog from. Uh, it's gonna be a pedal because hell, he needs you to get the best one.
You need to get your
He
name out.
needs
His
you to
name
make
out
it. Yeah, he needs you to make his name. Yeah, bro, without everybody got a purpose in this life, dog. All the way from the
there.
cat to the dog to the rat to the snake to the frog to the fly to the chicken to the mosquito. All of us got a purpose in life, dog. And the peddler just is important than the man that does them. Because the peddler gonna spend more money than the regular guy just to get the best of the best. You know, you can only sell me what I want. I can walk all over your place, you got all kinds of stuff for sale. But if it ain't nothing that I want, when I leave your house, you still gonna have it. So you got to have something for me that you got to have something that I want to become successful of selling one thing. These people get rich for selling one bloodline of dogs, unless you tell them God. Or you can buy dogs, no matter about how they breed. But you make an icon. See, most of the people made their own icon. Well, Grand Champion version, the old one, Homer, the old one, the other version,
Mm-hmm.
Eli, Cole Pension, the icon like I'm talking about? Grand Champion Sport, uh, the Beast. Everybody, that's, they make their own icon, dog. But somebody that sell
But it
dogs,
be funny.
yeah, somebody that
Oh,
sell
go ahead.
dogs, they don't care what that is. They need you to get their best dog to push their name.
Yeah, right.
So when I let dog sit behind bars, crying about they ain't gonna never see us again, it's dog 3 years old making all kind of money off the brother name. They ain't got to go through the trouble we go through. So how many Eli dogs you think out there? That's the most common blood the pellet off of.
Eli?
Yeah, anything Boudreaux, not just Eli, Boudreaux.
Oh yeah, Bulldog, yeah.
A
Bulldog.
Mayday was the easiest thing to pedal because of the name. You got Chico Lopez, you got Maricat, you got Victor, you got Stone City had them dogs. You go on and on and on. So
And
what
those
what's
dogs that
what's
went on and branched off and branched into
yeah,
many
so
different
so
other
so what
strands.
so the real question is what's the next we can't speak of it in illegal terms. So we're gonna say up since 2000 maybe to 210 or so. What the iconic dog is gone. There'll never be no more icon.
This is true.
Who the next iconic dog gonna be Hog?
Hmm?
Well, I can't say. I can't say. I don't like
Yeah,
you
because
said.
it's gonna take it's
But
gonna
but
take
it
it's gonna take another 20 years.
right for us to find out. We would be
It's gonna
only
take another 20 years for us to find out, dog. We still talking
we
about
would be
Eli.
project. and that's what I give the Hispanic brothers their credit because they're pushing up those
That
dogs in the last era helped to erase a lot of the names that came before them. The yellows and the yellow johns start to fade away as Mayday Luke Kane and all the other names kind of became household names around the globe. But that
yeah,
is a great
the
point
data
because
icon gone.
right, that is a great point. They were you could probably say that was the last of that era of iconic. The Maydays was the last of that icon, and they were pushed so heavily around the world that you kind of forgot about yellow. You had forgot about Yellow John, you know. But it's a possibility that the iconic dog could come from south of the border because
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
it may not come from us
Well,
anymore.
we already
You
got
know,
stuff like Recall Book, Kuwaiter. They already icons. You're right. So those are modern day icons today. Recall Book, Kuwaiter,
ship
Shep,
people
Shep,
talk ship. Hmm.
Boogie Boy. That's where that title has gone.
Right, right, and they're able to do more. Excuse me. I can say broadcasting. You know what I'm saying? They can do more. You know
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we can't
than
prove it.
we can because they can. Yeah, and we can't prove anything. And also too, if we was to do that, we
So,
could. There is a lot of consequences to that kind of broadcasting in the modern era. So we would never know that on our end. But as far as Europe is concerned, and we like I said, we could be looking over Brazil. Brazil have stiffened up over the years, and
Mm-hmm.
as far as competition wise, and they may produce, you know, their names, the Imperials, Bolio stuff, and some of their other strands that they came down there and cultivated have moved toward our direction. So we starting to see, what they are producing down that way. So they could produce the next icon, Brazil,
Shoot, they got some. They got
Southern
some.
America.
Their version of Midnight Cowboy. I guess they got the Brazilian Midnight Cowboy stuff down there.
Man,
Talking about crunching.
Midnight Cowboy that's doing the salsa. Well, I tell you the truth.
yeah, but if you
Man,
look at any big name from over that way, any big name person, and you look at their American stuff, and you look at the Mexican names on their dogs, them people probably 8, 9 generations in them dogs. So
Oh
you
yeah.
can't really say it's no more Midnight Cowboy stuff.
No, that's why I say their version of it. They took the
It,
Midnight
it shouldn't
Cowboy
even be a
strand
version
down
of
there
it
in
no
Baltimore.
more. 9 generations in. Give me one of the Mexican names now. Carbo, Kipway,
Was
some
it
more of
black?
those Mexican names.
Was it
Huh?
black?
Yeah,
that's the one.
what's the
Let me
long name?
say, Blacker,
Yeah,
Huh?
Blacker.
Tarichi.
Tom got his hand on. Oh, yeah, right, right.
What'd you say?
Tom got his hand on that stuff mixed in with
Or
half of
Tom
his
got his hand on
Chinaman
our
chemo
world.
stuff. Right.
Yeah,
Bushwick
Tom
Bill
got
is
his hand
half
on our line.
right off chemo, bred bred to a all heavy blacker female from out of Brazil.
Oh, oh yeah. See that blacker shit. That's some good. I mean, some good stuff. But this goes back to
Right.
like I said, Midnight Cowboy way back, and they just tightly bred it.
Chavo. Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm. Shabo and
Just
all that,
like I was
and hey,
saying,
it's, it's still around now. You
that
know.
goes that 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 goes back to the point that J.Bo was trying to point out as far as um when we looking at those bloods and stuff, they'd have evolved. They have evolved, but they have unfortunate thing that we can't prove. They have evolved elsewhere. They have evolved elsewhere, not here. They have evolved elsewhere.
Yeah, and then they can advertise something that we can't do no more. We can't
Right,
advertise no more. They ain't got no more books for our service.
right,
We can't advertise no more books for our service. Anything you speak is deemed illegal.
right.
So actually, that's the world as we know it over with. It's an international sport now.
They're right. Salute Wolfie, Eric Ishmael.
That's what like the Scratchback magazine went to. It went international.
That's it. We're international.
And that's what we need. We need somebody from that way to get a opinion on a lot of stuff that we speak of, because we only have the questions that we ask. We only ask them for 25-30% of the country.
Right,
They got states with just Mexicans and Latinos and Puerto Ricans that's that's going back and forth to Mexico. So half the Mexico dogs are here. I live in California, going back and forth,
right.
and then the
And we
Eli
need
stuff.
the eye that have seen a variety to be able to give a good account because we need a veteran eye to be able to properly assess
Yeah,
and when to give
we
word
need somebody
back this
from
our way because
yeah, we need
we
somebody from
we
the
don't
next
want them to
generation.
tell it because if they start telling it, right, if they start telling it, they gonna tell his story. We don't want that. We want the truth. We don't want
Mhm.
your story because your story might be fabricated and it gonna end up on my desk at Bulldog Court, much like ship. Excuse me. But it is what it is. Of these outstanding resumes, but then crickets sounding afterwards. You know, and we come to
You, you,
find
you,
out that
you, you remember watching touring
the
games?
stories don't quite check out. Yes, sir.
You remember watching pro?
Yes, sir.
You remember that guy that was from Russia? Used to come on pro show of the transporter dude,
Mhm.
and he used to talk about the
Right.
dogs over there and how they had the Mayfield stuff and how good the Mayfield stuff was. Better over there, the snooty stuff, how good it was over there
Right.
compared to over here. They had yards of dogs off of that stuff. But he also said, when they asked him about the Kuwaiter dogs, did they come that way? And said that they had a boatload of them come that way.
That's
And ain't
right.
nothing floated at home but the boat.
That's right. That's
They
right.
said
I
not not
remember.
The
not not one of them worked over there.
ambassador. Where my sad outcome music at for that?
But at the same time, you
Hmm.
ask the people in Mexico about the Russian dogs that come their way. Don't none of them make it over that way.
Uh-uh.
How many people from the state successfully go to Mexico and win? It's a very short list of people. And they got a whole lot of
Very
Mexican
short
records.
list.
They said they never, yeah, it's a short list. They had a whole list of Mexico that never been defeated by nobody from the state. I think Mexico one of the hardest places to win in the world. Besides you going, like you said, Cuba and Japan and the Philippines and all that. Where they
Mhm.
got somebody that just got too many dogs and just got too many choices around them. They're gonna be hard to deal with.
Right.
You got 147. He got 26 or 27 that go 47. Kind of hard to deal with them kind of people, you know.
And I'm glad you making that point, J-Bo, because they're gonna bring me into another conversation of there's a place in Europe, Spain. Spain
Mm-hmm.
is quietly making their way into separating themselves bulldog wise from the rest of Europe. The
Sure
conversation
enough.
when you move away from Russia, when you move away from Russia, Ukraine, uh, uh, Slovenia, whatever, all those areas, and get to Spain, the conversation does change. Uh, we're gonna have to do further researching on this case as far as Spain is concerned, nonstop, J-Bo,
Oh yeah.
because these animals are making a different conversation than what we used to hearing from the Europeans. Now, is that
Yeah.
because their close connection unto the Mexicans? Because Mexicans have
Mm-hmm.
close connection to Spain because a lot of their ancestors are Spaniards, and so is that the reason why? And they are beginning to swap out with one another animals, and now the competition have changed with Spain. This is
But
something
I
that we
like
will
the
have to look into.
I like the
You,
schoolboy said. They did in their time, which was wrong a little bit time before my time was. They passed out their dogs. They gave dogs. They traded dogs. It wasn't all that selling dogs before. You gotta have 10 puppies. You keep you keep 4 or 5 of them, but you get 5 of them ready to known camps. You know, so where you can always go back and get something or sell and trade. See, that's one thing that's gone today. All these old folks that we talk about, they got all these great ancestor dogs and all our history. These dogs wasn't bought; they was given to each other. All these great dogs that all them dogs that became before some of these 2,000 dogs, all that, they were loaned to each other. Wasn't nobody buying no puppies, paying stud fees. They were giving, they gave each other them dogs. And somebody used a male like order, so you use them 10 times, you pass them on. Look at
mm,
Bolio. How many times you pass Bolio on? You ever heard the Hootens? You ever heard the Hooten Soul Bolio? You ever heard
Never.
you ever heard Boudreaux, Raw
mm,
Soul Bolio? You know, they
Never heard it.
farm dogs out. They gave purpose. They loaned the females to breed the people, the males, for the same thing, you know. So that's gone in the world too. You know, and nobody want that. You know, you get a dog from a family of dogs, and that you love those dogs to make you get that puppy or that dog. But when you get that dog, the first thing you do is go try to make it another family of dogs. It's a family of
Right.
dogs already. Why I got to go make it another family of dogs just to put my name on it? But I can't just rock it like the wood because that's how I like it. And breed on it and line breed on it. And then when I make a change like alpha or something, then there go my family of dogs. We wanted to be our family dogs after the first breed. And
mm.
why is you breeding it if you ain't done nothing with it?
Right.
So the world
Now,
ain't gonna
what
never
is
be
that
like
tied into?
it's gonna be like the world ain't gonna never be like the world. With y'all ain't gonna never have, man. I ain't gonna say y'all because we was an old man too. They ain't gonna never have the leeway like we did when we had the leeway. They ain't gonna be able to get away with what we got away with. You, you, you. It's too risky on this side of the water
Right.
unless you was a principal risk taker, habitual line step. I ain't got a bicycle I can lose, so I'm gonna be good.
Now,
That's
nonstop. Do
the
you
whole.
think that pride? pride and credit, uh, taking got a lot to do with what J-Bo is saying about why the Spains didn't have that pride as far as trying to hang on to everything because it's all about me, me, me.
I think credit
That
is something
that
never been given. I want him to non-stop get his way out of this. I want him to go ahead non-stop.
Nah, well, we think as far as between what Spain and like South America.
no
Pride,
us
and
and them, right?
you know what?
Pride,
That what you
like you
said.
just said.
You said pride. You said pride and uh, what's this other word he used, man? I don't want to miss say what you said.
Well, I was saying the Mexicans,
God damn.
well, pride making you want to neck, and then they having no pride. With far as they didn't care if you got
Credit.
their dogs,
You
but
said
like you just
pride and
explained,
credit.
credit,
Pri- Yeah,
yeah,
pride and
right.
credit.
Well, they definitely got a marriage, so they always gave credit. Now the pride thing, you can look at it different ways.
Well, I need him to
What?
Okay,
explain that. I need him to
yeah,
explain that, Your Honor.
okay.
Well, they never shied away
What
from,
you
hey, we
explain?
got dogs from Cardenas, we got dogs
Oh,
from
hold on.
Northeast. They
First of all, define credit.
credit like, hey, this the blood I'm running.
Okay. All right. I just make sure you weren't talking about me borrowing 50. Go ahead.
Like, hey, this not that this is my blood. This is the blood I run. Now, over 20, 30 years of that, it became, theirs. Look back 10 generations, you'll see that. But you can always see, they always get something like, oh, like, hey, I've been breeding this junk for like 10 generations. They'll go back in Mexico. You see a dog coming straight from Mexico to get the breed. So, like, all right, let me go back and get some of the stuff that I've been had. So they now don't think that. I think their pride was they didn't want to lose to the Russians. They didn't
I
want to
think that's
lose.
humble.
They didn't
That's
want to lose
humble.
to that. So they was like, nah, we ain't losing them. So we gonna go get what's
That's
worth.
that's that's humble credit.
You said that's humble credit.
Yeah, you know what credit is?
What?
Me coming up and I had a whole lot of accolades and achievements and said I had some of the greatest dogs in the world. And you know what the first thing credit is?
Huh?
Telling somebody that I got these dogs from Sporting Dog Archive. I was blessed to get these dogs from Sporting Dog Archive. And he paid the way. And I bred a bitch that I got from him and a male that I got from him. And I got these dogs. And he paid the way. That's credit. But ain't nobody giving no kind of credit like that. You know, after they breed them things the first time, you know what they're going to say? Those are
Hmm.
my dogs.
And
My dogs
that's
are
the
bred
credit
better
we
than
talking about.
his dogs. The female to the dogs that he bred that dog to was a cur.
Bad mouthing you. They bad
Boy,
mouthing you.
boy, ain't nobody giving nobody, it very seldom you see people give credit to people that deserve that kind of credit because everybody want to be the man. Everybody want that kind of figure. Ain't many people gonna give credit unless like us. Say if our boy gives a dog, and everybody in the world know that dog gonna be born stuff, he still ain't gonna get no credit for the same dude giving a dog. No, I know what I'm talking about. So credit. So you need to change that word to fairness.
The fairness.
Yeah, yeah. You change that word to
Fairness.
fairness because there ain't no such thing as credit.
Well, that's what
Credit
I'm
is
looking. I would like you said, fairness. Yeah, that is about the belly because I was looking at it in the same way that you just had mentioned before. You said the soliloquy you just said
yeah.
about
You got to
as
die.
far as
You got to die.
I don't want you to get credit. I don't want you to
You
have
got to
credit.
die.
I know
You
I
got to
got
die to
appreciation.
get that. You got to die to get that. Boy, I had these dogs for almost 30 years, and I ain't never once in my life told, just like I told my partner today, I ain't never said nothing about the dude who made the song. Every time I saw them talking, it's J.Bo. I ain't never met, you ever heard me talk about Gary Tag?
No, not a lot. To make that point that you just made, yeah. To make that point, yeah, you mentioned them to make that point. But how you haven't mentioned them as much as you thought that you you should mention
I hadn't
them.
mentioned them at
You know what I'm
all,
saying?
to be
For
honest about it. I get that sucker no credit. I'm like everybody, I'm talking about.
Hey, we showed this picture. We showed this picture.
I ignored stop today
yeah,
didn't know
y'all showed the
anybody ever
picture with.
heard that man before.
Did y'all show Mike Middleton
So,
picture with Mangler
yeah,
No,
I
one
heard of
that
time?
Mike
was
Miller.
Tally. That was Tally.
They were
That was
talented with
him.
Middleton,
That was
man.
Taylor with Mangler.
Yeah, yeah, that was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tally.
So I don't think credit is going to be a word used lightly in dogs, and fairness is a place where the judge pigs.
Right.
Accolades, credit, and fairness and judgment are all chosen for people that has passed away. As long as you living, and you asking your competitors, your same people around the same age you was in it and know of you and stuff, they gonna say the stuff that they supposed to say. I bust you up. You don't get that kind of
Right.
like Cardenas. How long we been hearing Cardenas' name? How long we been speaking to him of the T-Bud stuff?
So long that his name so long on that paperwork. He the first one that done faded Boudreaux out the picture. I just
But he
never
still
seen
got
that
a boot,
before.
but he still got a Boudreaux dog.
But
And not
talk
only
about the
that, they
credit
speak
part.
Yeah,
Spanish
that's
now.
what we gonna say.
Hey, talk about the credit part. Hey,
Yeah,
you
talk
go on the
about
other
the
side.
credit part.
No, you go
Hey,
to the
that's
other side of Mexico. Hey, you go to
Yeah,
the other side of Mexico and you say Cardenas. Boy, yeah, you want to see something funny? Hey, they just bust out laughing. I was like, damn. I told him no credit. Hey, no credit at all.
I ain't seen T-Bud in a lot of Florida pedigrees. I just wonder how they taught it to speak Spanish.
right. And Noah and I heard y'all make that point. For whatever reason, the Eli gets a language change, but Bolio doesn't, or Carver doesn't. There's no Spanish Carver dogs. There's no Mexican or Bolio dogs. There's no,
Ain't no
on
Mexican
the
red
other
bar
side of
dog.
the other screen. Ain't no Mexican red dog, right?
But in totality, they're Mexican dogs. A Mexican dog is from a Mexican dog because it got a whole lot of Mexican names on front of the dog that we don't know. So that's a Mexican dog. But as soon as you see Boudreaux one time, it's a Mexican Boudreaux dog now.
Right.
So that's one thing the Mexicans ain't gonna hear is that word fair.
Now that when you like you said when you saying that gave them a distinct advantage at certain points because they was sharing with each other. And I wonder is that still going on as far like I said, as far as Spain is concerned.
Oh,
Because
you
they
know
are
that.
now pushing
Yeah, you know they
a
are.
different way. Right,
Well, the further you go, depending
right.
on the rules in the states, that's more land, less people.
That's true.
You know, they do got some laws in Mexico. So sooner or later, you're going to have to move a little further and then move a little further.
But how many dogs you think was really came from Mexico though? Like one of these old times like Carver used to stay down there. You think Carver ain't bred to a Mexican dog and came up here?
Oh, yeah. You know they did. That's probably where the best of his business was. Anytime Kobe was selling dogs in Mexico and was matching dogs in Mexico, and him and the black guy was matching dogs in Mexico. And Kobe got his butt whooped in Mexico. They was getting them dogs off the boat just like we was getting them off the boat. Why?
Yep.
So what they were Mexican staff? So they really had Irish staff and English staff. And they was getting them same dogs off the same boat. So what that made them Mexican staff?
And the staff was
Gotta
coming
be.
from somewhere else.
You know,
But I
Might
never
be
even
Spanish
heard about
staff.
the head staff.
Might be Spanish staff.
You ever
I
heard of
check it
any of
unless
those
you
people
dealing with
using?
Spain.
French
Yeah.
had Bulldog. French staff.
Yeah, but you ever heard anybody using those dogs besides us?
No.
And all these dogs got the same history. You ever
Now
heard?
let
You
the
ever
record
heard
show
some
that was a good
Staffordshire?
point.
You ever heard of English staff blood mixed with these dogs in Mexico? You ever heard that before?
I'm not seeing
Never heard
pictures.
of it.
They damn sure was some staff.
Yeah,
It looked like some
I
old
never.
school, big boned, old, staff looking dog. Looking like some Kobe stuff or something. I was like, oh yeah, you can tell that was a staff.
I was like, wait, Tim,
Eric
what's going
Watson said
on
they're
here?
running law out of town in Mexico. But that's true too. They ain't playing over there either. Yeah.
That's the best they get over there.
That's right. Cuban, Dominican, the areas, like I say, Philippines. We just don't know enough about them to have a case for or against the
Oh
parts of
no,
the world.
DR, it
You
goes
know.
down in DR.
Okay, well
It
then
definitely
that
goes
okay.
down in
Yeah.
DR.
Right, right. But I just always looked at Puerto Rico as a place where it was a rendezvous point. I thought more than it was a place where a lot of them came out of, but I might have been proven wrong. Uh, with a lot of reports over the years as far as Puerto Rico and the dogs that came out of Puerto Rico. When I was looking at them more as places where when the world meet for their
Mm.
grand, you know, conventions back in the old times, those were the places that they picked. Whether because of the climate, whatever the case may be, they picked those spots in the world to meet. And I never looked at them as places where uh, they were bringing out a lot of animals. And until I guess around the same era that we always talk about, around the Stone City era, around the Buck, you know, around that era, that Buck Stone City, Awesome Baby era, is I heard more Puerto Rican talk at that point than I had heard before that point.
No, they definitely
So
have them out there. Like I said, DR got them.
And see, that's like something we never really seen this way. Uh, they had a lot of them in Texas, but they never ventured from Texas. We might have seen one or two in church hunt every now and then, like Big O or somebody like that, or somebody that came with them. But you never seen many Mexican people before. Unless you went to Texas, across the way.
Right.
You never hear about their dog. Unless you had a pipeline over whenever you like Cardenas or somebody, you always will hear about them schoolboy, somebody like that. Or Mr. Martinez, people like somebody probably, man, what you think about him?
Mr. Martinez,
Yeah,
I think he done did a heck of a job on a uh I think his blood is coming to surface at the right time. It could have probably been a better time than when it came on to surface because like you were saying, you knew of him many years ago, but he was not and didn't even have pretty much the same selection of animals that he got now. So for him to be the
but
cultivated
but
of line pretty much
but, but
under
he
the
did,
radar,
but he did though. See, that's what I didn't
he
know. He
did.
did though. It's this man that had over 200 champions and grand champions. Man, the man took a boxer and won 3 of them, right?
Oh, you talking about what you call?
Oh, I thought he was talking about Martinez with Truck. I'm thinking
No, I
when
said
he
Rodriguez.
oh Rodriguez. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he said Martinez. Oh,
Man, that man could arguably be one of the greatest dog man of all time.
you got now you talking about somebody who got a case, man,
Man, this man got
champion
over
boxer.
got a couple of thousand wins, man. Man, he got a couple thousand wins, man. The man had over 250 grand champions and champions. You hear what I say?
God, oh,
Now, one thing I say that because they said he never left Mexico, but on top of that, nobody from nowhere in the country and nowhere else ever went to Mexico and beat him. That's who you got for hospitality when you showed up there with him and you went home with the head.
man,
Man, the man had a couple thousand victories, man.
that's crazy.
And then this old man, when he got to the end, then he got help from 2 or 3 other people. So it wasn't no big old kennel of people.
Right, and that's even more just I don't know what you'll say about that. And they saying that if he had so many victories, and then you add up all the ones where he conditioned other people animals, it could be in the
Yeah,
thousands. And I'm like,
yeah.
I
Ain't that
mean,
something? He had over 250 on his own, and he could use to condition dogs too. He said he don't even count those because he had way over 500 champions and grand champions.
and I believe Schoolboy said he still got a lot of the old contracts. Well, I mean, what he did, I don't know if he's still around anymore, but he still had a lot of the old contracts to prove that he had uh so many victories.
And he said off the
So
chain, he said matches.
right,
And you're in the heart of Mexico, so you can basically almost do what you want to. How hard you think they look at their dog? Every time you see a tape of Russia, I don't know what be going on with that.
I don't. What my sad outcome music at for that? Because I really don't know what's going on with them. Because I don't, I always be offended when I see that stuff, and because I'm trying to figure out who y'all think y'all fooling with that.
It's always a
Bulldog
brown one, a
community,
black one against a brown
Bulldog community. Who do they think they fooling Bulldog community with those tapes in those lopsided videos? Who do they think that we are who observe these
one.
Bulldog community? You know, it's outlandish to say the least. And especially when you spend your money and you get it and you see that man, my yard dog could have, took care of him. You know, sad occasion, sad occasion.
And the iconic figure and the iconic dog, all those things of the past, though. The thing of the past. They never had people like that again, unless they come from that way. And we'll never have another iconic dog, maybe 40 years from now.
And I'm gonna move on to another party, but it sounds like everything flowing well to this other case, and that goes into what you just said. In the future, do you feel as though canine combat will become legalized in the world? I try to make the comparison of the war on drugs, sugar, things of that nature. Sugar is three, 10 times more addictive than cocaine is. Yes, sugar is legalized, and we all indulge in sugar, but it ain't nothing but high intensity dope. But it's legal, so
Yeah,
it's no shame in that. And us all using sugar.
because they
Okay,
passed that law.
right.
If you can't
So
beat them, you join them.
right, and so this what I'm saying about marijuana. When they said the war on drugs, but they never won the war on drugs. Only thing that happened was it increased more. It made people go
Yeah,
further
they
underground,
start selling it.
smuggling more. Right, and they got in. Right, okay.
Right, and they got
Now
in
is it
on
that
it.
they were?
That's where they shut you down.
Now is was that we want to make all the money, even though we are the government, or we are trying to figure out how to tax uh the sellers like they're doing now. Like they're coming into a point where they're trying to figure out how they can tax, and now it's not it's legal now in certain places. So I'm saying all that to say, if they cannot control the situation worldwide, not just here in America, worldwide, why would it not be outside of the sense of reasoning to legalize and
Never use the United
make
States
it
because
just
of
as you want?
barbaric.
Right, but we'll watch two guys in a cage, just by
Man,
knock each other
I seen
unconscious.
two, 300, I seen two, 300 pound dudes today slap each other. They got a slapping contest. You believe that?
Yeah, I seen
You
Right,
stand there,
yeah,
let
I
somebody
seen it.
slap you.
White chalk flying everywhere.
Yeah. The world love violence, right? But they love violence that they can touch.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if me and you get into an altercation in the street, we going to jail. If me and you get a license to box and have a regulated place, sanctioned place to have the event, we can call the police there to be security and watch us
Yeah,
knock each other
and they
out.
gonna and they're gonna tax.
and they're gonna tax it.
They're gonna
So
tax us.
in this in the
They'll
same
tax
way,
the ticket
it
sales.
could be a license. It could be a
They're
license,
gonna tax them.
and
Yeah,
nobody loses their job because of it. Because those people who still trying to find the people who mistreat animals, you can continue to do that. But for the
and I tell
people
you
over
what,
here, or
let's say
with
if it so say imaginary life they did something like this. So
right,
the old people that's still around, how fast you think they'll go back to the old ways of breeding their dogs? To change it back over because you could really win with those other dogs than the stuff that we got now. How many people you think go back to the old ways? They start adding their English staff back into their dogs. If it was all about winning.
man, it would be overnight. It would be instantly. And I even believe, far as if that's in that imaginary world, that those people who would begin to regulate and make that into a legal sport would be calling on the Boudreaux of the world and anybody else, the elders, to help guide them in the right way to set that up for the monetizing, for the monetization of
You, you know, they got all that hidden stuff I ain't even know about stuff from down, family members. No Calvino built his dogs from that stuff. Pete Sparks built his dogs from that stuff. The Buffalo Soldier, he built his dogs from that stuff.
right.
Eli, we build our dogs off of that stuff.
Mhm.
We modern Eli the
Mhm.
modern day Staffordshire.
Dang,
How
that hurt
stupid
my
that
feelings
sounds
when you
from
said
J.Bo.
that. Ooh, that hurt my feelings.
Except up his mama was half Staffordshire. And they hated him. All the way back to down from all the way back through Debo. All that Staffordshire stuff. That staff in there. And we ain't breeding that. And we still ain't breeding that today. Calling it Eli. And they had that stuff in.
No, that hurt my
Hey, bro,
feelings when you
come
said
on now,
that.
dog.
God, oh,
Come
we
on,
built
man.
all our
Hey,
dogs
bro,
off
come
some
on now,
I'm
Staffordshire.
dog.
just saying that because
Come
it's
on,
still
man.
relevant.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
So if it's still
And they're
relevant,
gonna
it means
Come
continue.
on, man.
it
Hey,
must
bro,
really
come on
work.
now, dog.
So who gonna fall all in to put the other side into it to go back to the combat dog if the rules change all out war? Now they're trying to go back to all out war dog, and if I find out that I can put me a little staff in that and make that down out that, hey dog, I think I'm gonna have to let's start reading some of the writing.
Right.
Because back then nobody cared about what their dogs was. They took pride in the bloodline. They took pride in the name for whooping some ass. That's what they took pride in. They took pride in winning. They ain't took pride in the bloodline because the dogs was whatever they was to win. Yeah, you had whatever made weight. That's what they brought dogs. They thought they could whoop. And if he was registered and you had papers on him, you could match it.
Dang.
So where the world of this good world that we be talking about? Where that world at? Half the time I hear people talk about these dogs. I don't know where that world exists at. I never seen none of that. And like you
Right.
got your knowledge up because you know about everything. My knowledge of
Mhm.
dogs stopped when I left dogs. Man, you be naming dogs, man. When nonstop changed the pedigree, I still be looking for the dog that you talking about. That's how far I be behind you. So it's gonna be up to y'all, dog. It's gonna be up to the generation right behind me, and that's in your age group, like you and Bobby Ditcher,
Right.
people like that. It's gonna be whatever y'all develop the world to be. But check this out. Snap, or you know you're going to jail. Where I'm from on the news, they say if anybody got over 5 dogs in their yard, call the police.
The
Somebody come on
hell?
the news and said this. They said if your neighbor got 5 pit bulls in his yard, he fighting dogs, call the police. That's on our commercials. Call Crime Stopper, we give you $1,000 if anybody got 5 dogs in their yard. Boy, that could be one dog and 4 of her puppies. So the world, everything's gone, bro. Shit still get big, but it's just a lot less of it. So I think this the only
That's
story
terrible.
we're gonna have, the only story we're gonna have of these dogs is gonna be from cross seas, uh, or Mexico or something like that. Because that's the only thing that's gonna keep the dogs relevant and closer to what we think they're supposed to be. When you come on this side, you know what's going on this side, but you getting home. So you ain't got no regular pit bull. Like, so actually, if you want a
That's
pit
it.
bull, that's where you might have to shop at, though. At least the line's the best.
Hey,
Sometimes it be like going to church when you be
that's
told
crazy.
about them dogs, bro. You need somebody to house for everybody to shut up, and then let people start singing before somebody start lying.
Right.
That's what the world is doing, bro. It's gonna be up to y'all to find a way for us to still talk about these dogs being relevant, become relevant with intelligent questions of, of testing ourselves about what we know.
Right.
The majority of puppets that you got, that's all they gonna ever be is puppets. No, ain't going in no rules with no dog running behind no hole. The way I seen, the way I seen that hole flying in the dog the other damn Pelican Bay. I'm gonna hunt from, I'm gonna hunt from the tree. I'm too fat to walk. I ain't about to own no treadmill for no confirmation or for no treadmill thing. I better not stick no tire on the tree around here. Well, I've been jail disease. So it's gonna be up to y'all, bro. Yeah, y'all the future of these dogs. Definitely gonna be the future talk.
Yeah, yeah. I hope that ain't all we got. Just a bunch of talk.
That's all we gonna ever have left is talk.
A bunch of talk.
They got some, they got some people that can teach people things. Like me and nonstop do. I ain't trying to teach nobody nothing. I probably could. I don't want to teach you nothing. I want you to get it the way I got it. I want you to fall down and tear a hole in your pants too. I won't give you nothing for free. I ain't get it for nothing for free. And then when I did buy it, I should have got it for free. Cause hell, I got my butt with the advice that I did get. The boy told me he told you that, I said that's the same way I whooped his ass. Or somebody that told me that before that. So hand. I can't teach you nothing,
Dang.
bro. I want you to get everything that's supposed to come with you. So it's the only way in the end you're ready to tell your story, dog. Ain't no easy way in this, and luck gonna look out for you every now and then. Mexico ain't home
Right.
with a luck though. Boys don't need no luck over there.
Now that's all I was thinking about when you said about going back to the doing whatever you got to do to win. It'd be much easier to go across the board and get you something that's already doing just it's already pretty much put together. It ain't gonna be pretty, but it's built to win. You go, I ain't worried. They put that in motion. I wouldn't be worried about none of that stuff. I'd be worried about, like you said, just like those old heads will do, to go right back to their regular schedule, their programming, or whatever they was doing before all the years ago.
That's right. But they always gonna have people that be able to get away with stuff that they want to. So the world gonna keep on rolling just like it's been.
Right.
We probably just gonna have to stop putting all those names gonna have to stop on them papers and shit.
Right.
All accolades.
Well, could you see that if it was legalized being placed back into the kennel club's hand as it was back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, where you had to have the registry paper in your hand, or would all of that be thrown away? It would never go back to the registry. It would be taken over. If it was to be legalized in the imaginary world, it would be taken over by the government officials rather than the kennel clubs who are
Yeah. Well,
overseeing and
you
sanctioning
know, COVID.
or those
You know,
events.
COVID the one that owned the registry, and he the one that sold it over to the people who had the registry now. So basically, when he bought those dogs from imported, he bought the registry in. So from the time that he imported dogs to them people got the pedigrees, all these dogs, all these stories, all this conversation is what he said. You can't check it down because he the one on the registry. So if you depend on the registry went from there to there, if you talking about the latter day people,
Right.
I think basically they do what they want to do, bro. It's always gonna be about their friends. That's how who gonna get looked out for. Like like that big used to talk about the James Crenshaw book.
Right. And I heard the twins on that show read something from 1937 or 1957,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
way back
conversation
there.
that they was having was the exact same conversation that we have on a daily basis on Bulldog with Bo in Sporting Dog Archive and other shows where we talk about everything that we don't like about the game. It's always been happening, and
They used
they've
to call
always been
out
trying to
waste.
correct it.
They used to call out waste in the journal.
Right. Remember how you said you stopped going after so long, it turned into one big argument. That's
Yeah,
what they were talking about in what he read. He said they were because of the funny business of people not knowing the rules, and also to them people all the trickery, the rub and all of that. I'm like, they had been rubbing that long ago. They still were rubbing back. They were rubbing back then. Fights would break out. A fight would break out because of the cheating. So I'm like, well,
uh-huh.
that always been going on then, and they were trying to find remedies for it back then. I'm like, wow, we still. even in the 90s had and from 1990 to 1957 or 37 had not come up with a clear remedy for the rub and the cheating and the ignorance of not knowing all the rules and making up your own. They were doing it back then. They were doing it back then.
Yeah, they were doing it dirty back. They were doing it dirty back then. They were doing it real dirty. And it means necessary.
And that just made me be like, well, who am I to say anything about the game when the game been this way before I was thought about and before them folks that thought about it were thinking about it, it was that game. Why do I feel like it would be any different? You know, even if it were to become legalized, would the game still be there? Will still have to be so many stipulations and things, uh, where technology will have to come in to identify a rug. You know what I'm saying? Because with those type of stakes and everything, then so do the tactics of trying to get an advantage. They also
Yeah,
go
the
to another
world,
level.
yeah, the world had to be brand new. Everything had to be brand new about it. They probably had somebody to do some dogs on the plane. Got me wondering now. That one of the big old airport plane big enough to do two dogs on
Oh, heck yeah.
That's hard though.
back in the 20s
But
and the 30s.
I wonder how you how would the elevation do for your keep? I guess everything's pressurized, so
That probably went in on the bed. They already said the arm was bringing the dope back, but it was gonna
they was
stop them from
fighting
doing
chickens
that.
on planes. Why wouldn't they fight dogs on planes?
Yeah, they said it was the arm was bringing the dope back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that what they
that's
said.
how they found it though. It was so heavy the plane
Yeah,
crashed one time. Remember that? That's how they found it. Oliver North and
how they
all them
found.
caught up in it.
Uh huh.
That right going
I
hard. I
remember
trusted no one fight night. Mm-hmm. You better not. You better not.
Nobody. Don't leave your dog, bro. Don't leave your dog at the car. What's the next
Took it
question
to
you
another
got
level when
there?
they start putting stuff on the ground. Okay. Um, I was gonna leave it on you. That was my last one right there. That was my last one. You know.
Saw some controversy with that.
So, right. That was my last one. And like I say, we're coming to the end. I like to thank everybody for coming to the live version of Bulldog Court with my special and esteemed guest, nonstop, and Honorable J.Bo from Bulldog with Bo on Dogman TV. Y'all check them out if you have not already checked them out. Thursdays, Sundays, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. East Coast Time. And like I always say, make your next move your best move, but move strategic like a chess move. This is your host, Get a Hope James, because we got to get a hold of the game. And we gone.
Oh man, you know who'd be perfect for court next time?
What that?
You know who'd be perfect for court?
Will it be perfect?
Twin.
Twin?
Twin.
Oh my God.
You know how much you know how much history that they got in 5 different states or so, and they've been around the world too. To see if they really to see how them people live. First to know how them people living over that way. They even know that they could even have dogs. You know,
Right.
he can answer a lot of questions though. About some of these great black people that we don't know, like all the people they be talking about. I hadn't found out about these people too. They started talking about
Right.
he first before
They,
he first before the guy your subpoena.
right. They may have to come on in.
He first though. I ain't lying. Matter of fact, me and Non's about to hang up and you call him now. See if you come on again.
Oh, that's you got me stuttering over here, J-Bo. Watch out. You got me stuttering over here, J-Bo. Watch out.
And asking the same
No
question
problem,
you asked
fam.
me.
Okay. Okay,
And,
twin.
and he
Twin.
because
Now you
he could
you
give you them
said no
same
problem.
questions in a different perspective, and he in the group above me, he in that group of older people, you know,
Right.
and he gonna actually know all the northern history.
Right. And how dare they try to leave the Bulldog talk world? And I think I wrote down probably about 20 or 30 different kennels they named off on one of their earlier episodes. I listened to the replay and wrote down every name of every kennel they named. And I said they gonna try to leave, and they ain't even covered all those. I did a few on the odd couple with Ohio players, you know, all that stuff up there.
And see,
Beat Crest.
and, and see, that's the part I'm talking about. Somebody around my age, from where I'm from, in the South, like this here, this my history from
Right.
church front, on that past church front, from where I'm at now, the Mississippi, to Florida, or so. I knew the people that came before me. I knew what they knew. Okay. Well, I'm the next person in that age group that come before me. So my history was actually what uh the few people that was my way, Texas, New Orleans, you know, people that went to church from Arkansas. We never seen no Mexican. Well, we never seen nobody from the north. So when I stopped and when I looked at it, well, I was a part of the people that I was gonna name. So that I was a part of their history this way. I don't know nothing about nothing past Florida though. So I know my history is truly down south history. I know nothing other than that. I don't know nothing other than that. I can't give you opinion on all the great dogs you talk about because they come from black people. I don't know dogs like that that come from black people. Because the black people that had dogs like that, I was a part of the history. I was one of the black people.
That's right.
He could talk about a couple hundreds of black people that had great ass dogs. When you get to talking about black people in that time that had dogs, I was one of them, dog. So I'm gonna mention the same people. He could give you way more history in your questions, you know.
Right. Right.
I'm just finding out half these people that we've been clapping for all my life, breathing, burning the journey with black people.
Yeah, cause I thought Big Ralph was white. I ain't gonna lie. I thought Big Ralph was white.
And I thought everybody was like, I thought the people that were pushing the melon all those dogs this way. I thought they were white. It was not white. All the people up that way, all the great ass kennels and all that. I figured the color brothers was black because they was colored. But other than that, boy, I thought all those were white people. So they
Right.
could give you a different perspective on things, you know. That's what I was talking about. You get different perspective on things. You get a little bit more of our culture from them. That's what I would
Right.
want here.
Right.
How we whoop some of their butt. I can't tell you all that.
Right.
I can tell you how we were cheated and held from places and all this other kind of stuff. I wasn't nothing about that. I want to talk about dogs. Do your thing, my brother. Beautiful
Yes,
session.
sir. Yes, sir.
I try to come up
I
with some
appreciate
further
y'all.
questions next time. I'm
Oh
happy
And I
yeah.
will be
you
looking up
let us know.
and I yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. And I will be looking up those dollars and notes you gave me the other night to to do something on those dogs. And you as well, nonstop
I feel
dogs that
like
we talked about.
you can cuss me out later. Me and nonstop gonna be laughing and informal.
But I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate the
All
chat.
right, man. Yeah, man. See
Night to
you holler
y'all.
at the boys, man. Get some of that knowledge from.
Yes, sir. There we go.